Hello Aquarius, welcome to Quarter Moon Tarot channel and welcome to your reading. I have already drawn one card for you and now let's shuffle this deck and get the tarot for your reading. So I have the Eight of Wands, Three of Swords, Six of Swords, Strength, Four of Wands, Four of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. A lot of swords in your reading. Could be a little challenging time for you, but there's a way out also. Let's continue. Nine of Swords, again another sword, Wise Counselor. Eight of Cups, the Moon. See, these cards came out on their own. I got two cards for I got five cards. I needed only four, so I've got two for the outcome. Seven of Wands as well as the Moon card over here. Okay, so now let us see what this is. Commitment. There is some pain you're going through, Aquarius. Okay, there is some pain you're going through. Something happened really quickly. There were some sudden events which which kind of took you by surprise, and it did hurt you, but the way things happened so quickly that there was no time to realize what was happening. It's only a little later that as you moved away from that, you realize that this is something which has scarred you, which has hurt you, a lot. Sometimes it happens, when things move really quickly, like the Eight of Wands over here. We really do not know, how to respond, how to react, what to do, what not to do. It's just that things move very, very quickly, and then it's only later. And for you, maybe at that point in time, it was not the time to really do anything other than, show some strength and just go through those events, right? This is what I feel with the Six of Swords. It's just that you just waited patiently, you just went through it without reacting, without responding, without doing anything. You just quietly moved away from it, but again carrying that heaviness in your heart, carrying that pain in your heart. That has been what you have been experiencing in the past. Now see, the good thing in this is that you had made the commitment to probably not react, not respond, not to do anything, just to go through it without saying much or without doing anything. This has, though it is causing you a lot of anxiety, but at a certain level you do feel that it's better this way rather than having done anything. I personally feel you are in a little bit of a fix between doing something about it or just letting it be. Why? Because if you let things be, there is a lot of peace in your mind that all right, you did not do anything, you felt that probably things could have taken a totally different turn, and rather than dealing with all those things, it was better not to have done anything. And otherwise, how are you going to deal with what we say and do in the heat of the moment? So that is one saving grace you feel, and you feel that that is one way to be out of this situation, that you held on to your strength and just went through it quietly, but you have that peace of mind that you did not contribute to it. So that is one thing. That is one aspect of it, but there is another aspect of it. You feel, with the Nine of Swords and the Moon card, this is very disturbing emotionally. It brings about a lot of insecurity at a certain level, that should I continue doing, continue with this approach? Because if one continues with this approach, then that is also damaging in the long run. And responding, reacting, and doing something at that point in time, that is also, can blow things out of proportion and take things in another direction. But you need to see you what course you want to follow, which allows you to move away from things, emotionally detach yourself from them, and commit to your emotional well-being, right? See, so that fear is there, that should I continue just being quiet in this, or should I do something about it? That is the commitment you need to make to yourself, Aquarius. But with the Seven of Wands here and the Moon card over here, it tells you that you must hold on to whatever path you choose. And in order to choose that path, it would be a good idea to consult with somebody wise. You've got the Wise Counselor card over here. Whether it is your own meditation, whether it is your own understanding of yourself, your connection with yourself, which will give you the answers, that is one way of doing that. Because you have the Four of Swords over here, that you sit and contemplate and meditate what brings you happiness, what brings you peace of mind, what you feel is the best approach to it, which also adds to strength of character, which also helps you learn to detach from all these things. There is this philosophy that the more that every time we encounter something, whether it is pleasant or unpleasant, the I'm not talking about what is unpleasant or pleasant. My point here is that this is human conditioning, that this is pleasant and this is unpleasant. But at a spiritual level, everything is an event. We need to detach from the seemingly good ones and the seemingly unpleasant ones, but the most important thing is to detach from them. Otherwise, we are still connected to the happy events, or we are still connected to the unhappy events. We are still connected, no? We haven't let go of either. The whole aim of Eight of Cups is that whatever it might be, whatever tag one gives it, but the fact is we must detach from everything we experience and not carry it with us in our chakras, in our mental body, in our emotional body, and of course in the physical body, in the chakras. That's also energy. But the body also responds. You're happy, the body just has a spring. You've got a spring in your step, and if it's unhappy, then the whole energy makes our own body feel like such a big weight. So the most important thing for you is to commit to stay detached from what happens in life. It is going to bring a lot of spiritual development and growth, and a lot of spiritual strength. You will soon realize that these things will stop bothering you. Yes, you will be happy at that point in time, at that moment, and then the moment it is over, you've created your distance from that. Even if it is a challenging or an unpleasant situation, you know that this is also going to pass, and then you create your distance between yourself as well as that way you're not attached to either of them, and that is where you get the stability of your mind, stability in emotions, and you're not holding anything in your emotions. Our emotions are quite like water, it stores everything. So you do not carry the fear of unpleasant situations repeating, and neither should one carry the joy of pleasant events repeating. Everything happens only once. Open your heart to love. Embrace things the way they are. It is a little difficult to get rid of the conditioning. I agree. I also work on that. But that is the truth. That is the only way to be. Oh, you've got the same card twice. Open your heart to love. So just it's like the front of your body is in your heart chakra is what is coming towards you. So when you open your heart chakra, it comes towards you, and the back is from where it exits. But if we hold it, then that is where we block it. So allow things to come into your heart, and from the back, let the energy go out. You just experience it, you just witness it. You're just witnessing events in your life, but don't make anything out of them. They are all written in the timeline that we all have to live. You're going to experience this at this age, this at this age, this at this age. Don't carry anything. That is a commitment you need to make, that I'm not going to carry it. I'll just experience for what it is and leave it. that is what your reading is about, Aquarius. I hope you found it helpful, and thank you for watching.